We can have our Black Top singers line up front here, please. Black Hawk singers, come line up, please.
My dear family and friends, elders and respected women, I would just like to say a few words this evening on behalf of the Lummi Nation School. We want to welcome each and every one. We want to thank you for being here this evening. CEM, Nostalgia, CEM. Itza Itzan, Obu, Nenu, Tia Nostalgia. I'm very happy to see you, my friends. My hands go up to each and every one. Haishka, Kwan, Kwakwa. Thank you for listening to my words, CEM, Nostalgia, CEM.
So next I'd ask Telewios, you can come up and bless the table, and then we'll go ahead and get started with our dinner.
sean, dicen ahí los cuales en la gacho sean, Achka, Tel Aviv, Sun Snap, Oklahoma Sun. My dear ones, as we celebrate this joyous occasion, let each and every one of us in our own way bow our heads and thank the Creator for providing for us this food that we will about to receive. Great grandfather, we thank you for this day. We thank you for bringing us together in a good way. Grandfather, we pray that this food will be a nourishing blessing to each and every one. We also pray for your wisdom, your courage, your knowledge to help us through this time. We thank you for all that you provide. In Jesus' name, amen.
I'd like to start off by saying, I think if I ever decide to rob a bank, I'm wearing this suit. I've had about 20 people come and say, I didn't even recognize you. We're going to start off tonight with our JV team, the boys JV. They had a great season this year. Had a lot of guys competing at the JV level. Kevin Day, our coach, was able to rotate those guys around, give them a lot of experience, get them groomed for the time when they get to jump up into varsity. And always a great time when we can watch those guys and see them mature as young players. So I'm going to have Kevin Day come on up, and he's going to give the awards for our JV basketball team.
Short people up here tell me it's great. But really, I don't really want to bend over. All right. This year was a great year. It was actually one of the toughest years we've had with the JV. It's been a while. It's probably since I had these guys when they were 8th, 9th grade. So it kind of reminds me of, and that following season, that JV team, guys here. We had a lot of fun that year. They went undefeated that year too. And that's what it kind of reminds me of this year. I had a bunch of boys that we could mold, and we've got a lot of room for improvement. If I kind of approach you guys, that's because I know I can get more out of you, and the potential's there. And this year, I just want to announce some of the boys that played for us this year on JV. Start off with Jonathan Cashmere. You guys can just stay seated. I'll get these awards to you guys later. Guy Owings. Enrique Medina. Grayson Deardor. Jason James. John Malou. Gary Cooper, Noah Lowe, Princeton Lane, Sean Lawrence, Amber Hoskins, Jeff Colty, Jonathan James. Those are the guys that I had this year on the JV. And you guys can actually another round of applause. They did very good. day one. I mean, he was at every practice that, we asked him to be at, optional shoot around on Saturdays, he showed up. And, it was, he improved a lot over all throughout the season. We asked him to do a play, he did the best he could. By the end of the season, he kind of picked up our offense a little bit, and I guess a lot of room to improve, and he improved a lot over this season, and I would like to call up Guy Owings for most improved. Sometimes I had to send down the second quarter, get 3 fouls. And, his effort and determination was there. And I didn't have to ask him for it, I kind of had to hold him back a little bit and say, hey, man, calm down a little bit. He got 3 fouls already in the second quarter. But his hard determination, anything he plays, he could do all. Any coach, and this year, our Mr. Hustle goes to Deshaun Lewis. Now this next guy, had him for a while on JV, and he's just grown so much. And usually was pride for him. And all the kids like him. He's fun to be around. He likes to flex around a little bit because he thinks he's tough. He's just a good kid to be around. He's kind of the glue to help everybody together around the JV. And, I could ask him to do something. He'd look at me and say, And then he's like, did you hear me? His facial expression probably ever changed, so I had to ask him a few times. But this guy, he's everything that I want him to be. He does as a teammate this year. Most valuable teammate goes to Jeff's whole team. Makes this thing possible for allowing me to, share my wisdom and, teaching that I got so freely handed down to me. I'm just trying to give back. And I really want to put my hands up to the parents for allowing me to do that. So with that saying, that's
on with the show. Moving on to the girls. Girls varsity basketball. We almost had enough to do a JV with the girls this year, but we're about 3 or 4 girls short of that. So hopefully that can change next year. We get some more girls out. I know new coach for us this year, Albert Toby, did a great job of getting the girls out, excited about playing. And he's excited to get some summer things going, get more kids interested, running some camps at the school for the younger kids, and that's going to help our program down the road. So at this time, I'd like to bring up Albert. Okay. And Albert's assistant this year was Rachel Ince, and she did a fabulous job also. We got a great deal also on the other end of doing the books and helping out the varsity boys when we needed her help also. Thanks to Rachel with that.
Okay, thank you, Jim. First of all, I'd like to do special thank yous right off the bat. And that's going to go out to, my first thank you is going to go to our bus driver, Jonathan Robach. And not only got us to the games on time, but he helped our girls with post moves and pregame warm-ups. It was very special to us, so I really want to thank him for that. John, you want to stand up? The thank yous, I'm just going to keep going, to our janitors that set up the gymnasiums, really important, and that's Russell Jefferson, and Sheena's dad, Carl Sanders, and John Bear, security, Benny Thompson, and to our teachers, Woody Baki, Randy Cowie, and Mrs. Hebert, thank you for all that you guys do for us. And not to mention the camera crew. And Fred and Tony, David, Doug. Thank you. Before I go on, I want to have everybody keep in their hearts and prayers for Kathy Jefferson. She's feeling kind of ill right now, but she was really excited after the boys won state tournament. She traveled all the way over there. And I always remember Kathy being a big supporter of all our Lummi youth and Angelo. I just want everybody to keep her in your prayers tonight, and to any Lummi elders or families that are in sickness, please keep them in prayer. Okay, the most valuable teammate this year goes to Shawnee Roberts. Can you come up?
That's my cousin.
Most inspirational is going to go to a young gal that I felt was she was real inspirational throughout the whole year. That's going to go to Tanya Teton. Our most improved award is going to go to this young lady who I noticed that that was at practice all the time, every day, early and stayed late. That's going to go to Sarah Burke. Okay, the offensive award is going to go to Trina Humphreys. She was one of the leading scorers in our league, and she improved a lot. Just want to thank her for all her effort. And And for our defense, that's going to Haley Sturgeon for all the rebounds and the block shots that she The next award is going to be Miss Hustle. That's a very distinguished award. This is going to go to a young gal who I didn't realize had so much energy. Didn't realize that during the game that she could run up and down the bleachers and still be on the team. We were in the timeout and I was asking for her, and next thing I know, she's down under the hoop talking to people and shooting baskets. But you know what? I could depend on her when we had to shut a scorer down from the other team, the leading scorer. And she did a real good job playing defense. And she was the shutdown person that really helped our offense tick and our defense roll. That's going to Carla Lawrence. This next award was, it's going out, it's from the 2015 WIAA Northwest 1B League Basketball, second team all-league, voted by the peers and the coaches from the league. And second team all-league goes to Trina Humphreys. Can I have the rest of the Lady Blackhawks come up so we can give you your awards too? Tressa. young ladies have won their letter and their pen. It was so fun coaching these girls this year. It was from the very start of the season. The hardest part for me was to pronounce their names, and then once I learned to pronounce them, I had to learn how to spell them because they were really adamant about spelling their name right. It took me about halfway through the season before I learned how to spell their name. But my last award is the most prestigious award, and that's the Black Hawk Award. This is the highest and most honored award that can be presented to a student athlete. The team counts on this person to be in class, maintain a high standard of conduct, give a strong effort to achieve good grades, be at all the team meetings, practices, and games, and to give it their very best every day, day in and day out. Rachel and I would like to present this to Marlena Jefferson. So, that's Marlena. Jada Fair right here. She's a freshman. She'll be back next year. Janiyah Bell. She'll be back. She's a freshman. Nikki Reevy's a freshman. She'll be back next year. Tressa Toby's 8th grader. She'll be back. Sabrin is a freshman, and Cadence is an 8th grader. So I'd like to thank the ladies for all their effort this year, and a special thank you to Rachel Vance for all her help, and to Heather Layton, Jim Sandusky, and all of the staff at Loving Nation School, Haishka.
All right. Good job, Albert and Rachel, girls. As you can tell by Albert telling the grades of these girls, we're really young, so we've got a bright future ahead of us, and we're looking forward to that. So now we move on to the final group, our boys basketball team, and I just want to say that obviously it was a fabulous year. Seniors get to go out on a great note. Younger guys get to learn from that and try to learn from all the success that they had and build on that. And real fortunate to have not just a head coach that's well respected throughout the county and the state, but it's undeniably we have the best assistant coach, Kevin Day, in this county, in this state. Kevin could be head coaching anywhere he really wanted to. If we wanted to in high school basketball in Washington State, and I think we're very fortunate to have them both because it's a great combination. It's not a Batman and Robin. It's a Batman and Batman situation where those guys do really well together, and I wish I had $1 for every time I had a compliment on how they handle themselves in games and as respected as they are, because they earn that and do a great job. We're very fortunate to have those two coaching for this school. Having said that, that's going to cost you $100. Yeah. I'm going to bring the coaches up. Come on up. Joe, Toby, Kevin, Dave.
Okay, thank you, Jim. But first of all, I thank yous because for the success that the team had this season, there's a lot more that goes into it than just the practice and the hard work. A lot of it goes on you guys as parents for allowing me and Kevin to do our job, trusting us to get the best out of these young men to become a good basketball player, but also a good person. And that's one thing we work on. And I can truly say this with these 11 boys on this basketball team, all of them have that high character, truly gentlemen, and they carry themselves in a really positive way. And I'm just really happy that I'm able to be coaching this basketball team this year. First of all, I want to send out some thank yous to our high school staff, our teachers, our administrators, who help us help these boys succeed in the classroom because we value their education and we thank the teachers and administrators for putting that time in to help these boys become student athletes. I want to thank our athletic director, Coach Jim Sandusky, for all his hard work that he does with the student athletes. He's a great coach, great role model, a mentor for me and Kevin, and one of the most well-respected coaches that you'll meet in the state. And I just want to give Coach Sandusky another round of applause. And also our principal, Heather Layton. She does a good job taking care of these young students. So we want to thank our principal, Heather Layton. But one thing for next season, I'm just going to ask her that if she takes pictures, just take it of the team and not of me. And I don't like being put on Facebook. And so next year, let's. And also, I got to thank this gentleman behind me, Kevin Day. We've been together for 7 years coaching the boys basketball program, and all the success we had, he's a big part of it. And I want to thank him again by giving him a round of applause. And Barbara did a good job too of recognizing all the people that put the time into the students or for the team. Jonathan was a big supporter. We go to some of these games, Orcus, Lopez, and he's there supporting the boys, supporting the girls, and I just want to thank you, Jonathan, for your support for the season. And a big thank you to one of the super moms on our team. She does a good job of making sure the boys get to class, keeps them accountable, really shows them that tough love. She's real shy. She probably won't stand up, but I want to thank Lindy Moore. Stand up, Lindy. Lindy does a good job of looking out for the boys in the classroom, and we appreciate everything you do, Lindy. I don't want you to think you don't appreciate everything you do for us. And Caleb, we got him for 5 more years, so we're going to expect that. Thank you. A little bit about this basketball team. One of the best teams that we've had come through the program. Not only as far as the wins and losses, but just the way these young men carry themselves. They're humble, they're hardworking, and we're fortunate to go undefeated this year. But you can tell by the way these guys carry themselves. They held their heads high. They never bragged about themselves or anything. And I'm just very thankful that these young men are such good role models for the younger kids that look out after, that watch them play, and they do a good job of being role models for these younger Blackhawks. And I just want to give these 11 basketball players a round of applause for the way they carry themselves this year. And then some of the records that this team set. The average margin of victory for this year's team was 27 points. They averaged 13.3 assists per game, averaged 15 steals per game, and in the 28 games that we played, we had 8 different players lead us in scoring. So it just tells you that these kids play the game the right way, unselfishly, play for each other. and a lot of them sacrificed playing time, points, and stats just so the team could be the ultimate winner. And you look at the 11 guys on our team, all 11 of them could go start for any other team in the league, and so I'm just thankful that these boys played the game that way. And to go undefeated, the first team in school history to win league championship, tri-district championship, and ultimately the state championship this year. So good job, Blackhawks. This first young man I'm going to recognize from the Blackhawk team is one of our up-and-coming guards. He had a great season on the JV and earned one of the final spots for the playoffs by his hard work, his commitment, his solid play for Coach Kevin during the JV season. And in the future, we look for big things for him. And I was happy that he's able to make a free throw in the state championship game. And I don't know, this might be another record. He was able to play in the state tournament, have a baby the day before the state tournament, and we're just proud that he's going to be a Blackhawk for a couple more years, and that's John Blue. This next young man from the Blackhawks is he's just a kid that just loves to play basketball. Always in the gym, working on his game. I think hoops is kind of in his bloodline. He's had a lot of uncles that play basketball for, the last 3 tournaments, and comes from a real good family. Always tease him about his older brother, because he played for me too. And he'd always say he's better than him. And I told him I don't know, because his older brother was pretty good. And he's going to be around for a couple more years, and I look for his growth and his development on the court. And we have this joke that we have some pears on the team. This young man, he's not quite as big as the pears, so we call him Peach. And he's got, the peachy hair, and he's a great kid, great personality, and I'm glad he gets to coach him for 2 more years, and that's Jeffrey Halsey. This next young man, as talented as he is, as good as he is, as athletic as he is, he's one of the most humble kids that you'll see out there on the basketball court. And he did, he played way beyond his years, and really came in and took everybody in the state by surprise with his basketball gifts. And as talented he is, he's one of those kids that always comes to practice, always works hard, and carries himself in such a great way. And I'm such thankful that he's such a good role model for our young kids in the community that look up to him. And he's got a lot of athletic abilities that you can't teach out on the basketball court. And he's a league MVP as a sophomore. He did such a great job leading the team on the basketball court and carrying himself so well off the basketball court. And he's going to be here for 2 more years, getting ready to coach us some night guys. And we're just thankful he's putting on a Blackhawk uniform so we don't have to coach against him. But that young man is Trizelle. This next kid from the basketball team is probably mine and Kevin's biggest surprise of the season. We started him off on JV. He just kept getting better and better. And there came a time during the playoffs that one of our guys went out one of our guys couldn't play, so he stepped in, started for him, and then did a great job of stepping up and playing in the playoffs and delivering an awesome performance for us on the defensive end. And when I told him he was going to start the second half of the tri-district semifinal game, he kind of looked at me like, "We'll be all right. Just go out there, just play, just have fun." And he really worked hard during the JV games to work on his game and get better and better and better. And his hard work and his commitment helped our team get into the playoffs. And that young man is Jason James. The next young man that we're going to recognize is probably the ultimate teammate from the team this year. He sacrificed a lot of playing time, matured into a leader. Would be a starter on any other team in the state, if you ask me. Ask a lot of other coaches. He really was one of those guys that gave up a lot of that just because I know he wanted to win, and he helped us win by giving up some of his playing time, some of his stats, some of his points. And without that sacrifice, I don't know if we would have the success that we have. And for him to understand his role and mature into that player that we needed this year, he was a 4-year player for us, and he came on strong for us in the playoffs. And he did a good job playing his role for us. And I'm thankful that he was able to play for us for 4 years. We're going to miss him next year. And that young man is Willie Jones. Now this big guy, he's what you call a pear. He's, I didn't understand what it was, but a pear is just someone that has a good personality, has a lot of fun. We're glad he joined the team this year. He's such a pleasure to coach this year. We always ask him to shoot a little more because he's got a nice shot for a big guy. And when he get out there, he's just always looking to pass. And probably got the best shot on the team, but you know he's such a gentle giant that he was always referring to his other teammates. And he's one of the pairs on our team. Great personality, great smile, and we just want him to. Me and Kev just want to thank him for being the ultimate teammate this year, and that's Alex Jefferson. Our next Blackhawk is smiling, always joking. You know. Even when we try to get mad at him, we tease him about his older brother, who was also a champion when he played, but he was a different champion. He was a champion for Coach Sandusky, and so he was a great kid to have. He played for us for 4 years, ultimate hustler, great rebounder, fierce competitor, plays with his heart. And during the tri-districts, he came in, he was just scratching and itching, and he was, what's wrong? And the poor kid broke out in hives. Coach Sandusky had to go see him, his brother had to go see him, but he still wanted to go out there and play. But, he's just a kid that's always going to do everything for his team. Even when we're in practice and we're trying to get upset, trying to, discipline the boys, he just takes them with a smile. And, you can't help it but forget about being upset just because he's a great kid to have around. We're glad we got to coach him for 4 years. And probably one of the best smiles we've had in the program. And he's been in the program for 6 years because he was our manager as a 6th, 7th grader. He played 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. And we're sad to see him go, but his younger brother's coming up, so we got some more of his family bloodline coming in. And that young man is Jacob Roberts. There's a smile. Now, this is the guy who came up with the term pair. He's like, we're pairs. I don't understand what pairs was, but he's got the best definition. I might let him explain it to you because it's hilarious, and his personality is, you know, one of the things that made this team so special because he was kind of the glue to the team. You know, he always rounded everybody up, kept everybody on the same page, never got too upset. And he's an intelligent young man, and me and Kevin love putting up his personality every day. We're proud of him. He's going to be attending WSU next fall. He's continuing his education. He's worked hard every day, and we're happy to play his senior year for us, and we look forward to big things for him in the future. And that young man is Adam Lawrence. He's getting shy now. He's not real shy once he opens up. This next young man is probably one of the kids that's one of the most competitive kids that we've ever had come through the program. He never wanted to lose in anything in practice, during the game. You know, I always just kind of thought he was misunderstood because he wanted it so bad. And he set a school record during the season by hitting 9 3-pointers against Tulalip. He matured into a young man. You know, there's a lot of people who doubted him, but he showed some growth, maturity during his senior season, and he really stepped up to be a captain for us. And he's one of those players that brings out the best of you as a coach because he's so talented, so gifted, and you just kind of got to understand him. And he helped me and Kevin grow and learn how to communicate with players. And he brought out the best of me as a coach and Kevin as a coach. And I'm proud of the maturity that this kid had. He was an all-conference player for us as a senior. And we look forward to him in the alumni game next year so we can lock him up. And that's Austin Brocky. The next young man we're going to recognize is, after every game, another coach, every coach would always compliment me on his hard work. Fans truly enjoyed watching him play. As you can tell, he just he laid it all out there on the court for his teammates, played with such effort and energy and enthusiasm. And he always had a smile on his face too. One of those kids that never missed a game, never missed a shoot around, was always working out, and was one of the hardest working kids that we had in the program. This kid had 2 setbacks, but it never discouraged him. You know, he kept his head up, kept working, and you know, he represented Lummi really well. I'm proud of him and everything that he's overcome to continue his basketball career and to go out the way he did, representing Lummi and being named all-conference as a senior, and you know, he's always smiling. He's such a humble kid, and I'm just thankful for him that he put on that blackout jersey for me, and we're going to miss this kid in the future, and that young man is Kavar's Lamb. next young man is a young man who's really grown, from just a young boy to a great young man. He was our captain this year. He was our point guard. He started with us as an 8th grader. And Kev always likes to point out that when he was an 8th grader, his team beat our team in a scrimmage in practice. And he was the point guard for that team. And I still don't remember it because I don't know. This kid was our floor general for the season, stepped up over the playoffs, was named the player of the championship game. Really one of the hardest working kids, most humble kids that you ever coach. Great personality, great character, good role model for our younger kids. And just really was our leader out there on the basketball court. And we're going to miss the kid, and his younger brothers are coming up right behind him. He's probably going to raise that bar, but we're thankful that he put on the Blackhawk uniform, and that young man is Dino Williams. So stay up there, boys. But there's your 2015 WIA 1B Boys State Champions right there, ladies. Hold on, stay up here. Me and Coach Kev, we did some awards together as coaches and kind of reflected back on the season and did some team awards, and we want to recognize those players and honor them with a certificate tonight. Our most improved player, it's well deserved, well earned, and he really, from day one till the last game at the state tournament, this boy worked very hard and improved dramatically, and he's going to do big things for us next year, and that young man is Jason James. Now, this was one of our most difficult awards because we felt that it went to a number of our teammates, our Blackhawk players, and we felt the most valuable teammate was someone that, was that kid every day, good or bad. He was always there at practice, encouraging his teammates, picking up his teammates. And this year, we decided the award for most valuable teammate goes to Adam Lawrence. Now, I don't want this young man to think that we forgot about him because he was a huge part of the basketball team this year. He did a good job, and I think he was ready to put on a jersey, even though it's not his time yet. But he's going to be doing some big things for this program. You'll be reading about him, hearing about him in the future. And he was our basketball manager for the season, and that young man is Caleb Reedy. Our Mr. Defense Award is one of, it was a real tough one to give out because, our team, we averaged over 15 steals a game, and the rebounding that we did, we out-rebounded everybody by 17 rebounds a game, and, it was real hard to pick one player, but we felt this kid was getting after it on every possession on the defensive end, and he always played against guys that were bigger than him, but he always outworked them, and we felt this kid deserved Mr. Defense, and that individual is Jacob Roberts. Now we're going to conclude with our 2015 WIA Northwest 1B All-League basketball teams, and we had 4 players selected from our team this year. And those players that were selected for the All-Conference team are Austin Rocky, Dino Williams, and Kavars Lane. Now we have an award for a young man who earned this award, and like I spoke about him earlier, he really took the league by surprise, the state by surprise, and to play at the high level that he did as a sophomore, you can tell this kid just really loves the game of basketball, and he works hard at it every day, and I'm just thankful I don't got a game plan against him, and he's a joy to coach, he's fun, and I know he's a joy to watch, and he's a great role model for our young kids, and the league MVP for the 2015 season is Trezell Lane.
Had Trezell stay up here because he also got the WIA State Athlete of the Week for the week of the state tournament. So congratulations, Trezell. One more award, a couple more awards is the state also does or our league also does Coach of the Year, and Jerome has won this several times for our league, but he got Coach of the Year for the 1B Northwest League. And on top of that, he got the Washington Coaches State Basketball Coach of the Year also.
Okay, I'm just about done here. So.
And for the boys, we have our Black Hawk Awards. Again, this is the most highest award you can win as a student athlete at Bobby Nation School. Albert had read it. I'm going to read it again because it's worth reading. This is the highest and most honored award that can be presented to a student athlete. The team counts on this person to be in class, maintain a high standard of conduct, give a strong effort to achieve good grades, be at all team meetings, practices, games, and to give it their very best every day. congratulations on being one of the chosen few. First Blackhawk Award goes to Giselle Lane. The next Blackhawk Award goes to Dean Williams. Dean Williams. And our last Blackhawk Award goes to Tavares Lane.
So, I just want to thank everybody again for coming out. We appreciate your guys' support. Thank you for giving up your evening to come and show the support to this basketball team. And I'm just really proud of these young men for the 7 seniors to go out undefeated, league champs, tri-district champs, state champs. It was a special year, and I'm thankful I was a part of it. And we want to wish the seniors, good luck. We want them to come back and be around in the program again. Thank you for all your commitment, your hard work, your sacrifice. And we look for big things for the guys that are returning next year. And once again, thank you. And let's give a round of applause for the state champs.
That wasn't enough. These gentlemen, this team, along with Caleb, coaches, and Principal Layton, have been invited to the Governor's Mansion for a ceremony congratulating these boys on their state championship, and that will be this Friday. So they'll be heading down there and attending that. So that's a pretty cool thing. Okay, we'll get close to wrapping this up. We're almost done. I believe Mr. Baloo has something to dish out for the coaches. So go ahead and come on out. Coaches, why don't you stay up here?
Asia, Michelle Chesia, Haishka Konasina Tajo, speaking on behalf of Patchworth, Sulapia, they feel in their heart that they want to thank the boys' coaches. We want to call forward Drum Toby and Kevin Day. Can you come up here, please? On behalf of the family, they want to thank you and they want to honor you with the blanket. They want to cover you for your hard work that you do for our community. We want to also thank the parents and all the hard work you guys do every night, every day, even on weekends, practicing with the boys. And all your hard work that the family feels in their heart, they really want to thank you from the bottom of their hearts. And boys here. Alethea and Sheena, can you ladies come up here, please? really wants to acknowledge you and thank you for your guys' hard work. I know you guys sacrifice some time with your guys' husbands and stuff, and you know they're practicing with the boys, doing their work. And the family really wants to acknowledge you and recognize you for your guys' hard work also. Wow, look at that. Nice star clip. Look at that. Once again, the family really wants to thank you guys for your guys' hard work and the sacrifices that you guys do and your hard work with our boys. They really want to thank you from the bottom of their hearts, and I wish you guys see you. And the family also wants to present a Pendleton blanket. I'm going to read the blanket. It has some embroidery on here. And it says 2015 WIAA 1B State Champs, Lummi Nation Blackhawks, Coach Jerome Toby. And it has the boys' name on there. Jacob Roberts, Willie Jones, Tavares, John Liu, Alex Jefferson, Austin Rocky, Giselle Lane, Jeffrey Colty, Jason James, Adam Lawrence, and Dean Williams. Ocean.
Well, good. I have about a list of 20 people that I was going to thank, but everybody actually touched on everybody, so I had everybody's checked off. But I'm sure I forgot somebody, and I apologize. We're going to conclude this by watching a short highlight video, and then basically when that wraps up, it's done. So you guys are free to go right when that wraps up. Quick recap, or not a quick recap, quick announcement on our spring sports. Baseball's in full swing. Got a pretty good squad this year. Got a game here this Thursday. Got a track meet tomorrow. We actually did excellent track in our first meet with Connor. We had 5 first place finishes. Finished good job. Giselle had a couple first places, Nate Hoskins, Enrique Medina. I think he finished first in 3 events, so I think that's 6. Yeah, that's 6. So we actually finished really well for the 1Bs. We won that meet. But it's going to be an exciting year for both track and baseball, so look forward to that. Other than that, I want to thank you for, thank the staff that prepared the meals here, the casino for opening up this room for us. Give them a round of applause. And other than that, great evening. It was always fun and exciting. So congratulations to the girls, boys, and go ahead and hit the highlight. Thank you.